With the upcoming premiere of Tom Clancy's Jack Ryan on Amazon Prime Video, some of you may be asking, who is Jack Ryan? If you're a 55-year-old airport fiction fanatic who spent a lot of the 80s and 90s reading Tom Clancy techno thrillers on the toilet, that's probably an easy question. Action movie maniacs and anybody waist-deep in the Tom Clancy video game world might be across him already too. But for those of you who don't know Jack, here's a quick crash course on this classic Clancy character. Jack Ryan's literary roots date back to the early 80s, when he first appeared in Tom Clancy's 1984 debut novel The Hunt for Red October. Jack is introduced as a former Marine lieutenant turned CIA analyst, and he successfully manages to help a Soviet submarine captain defect to the US, along with his highly advanced experimental nuclear sub. The book was a huge hit, thanks largely to a rousing personal recommendation from then-President Ronald Reagan, and resulted in a lucrative string of bestsellers for Clancy. How lucrative? Clancy's first wife once bought him a real World War II tank for Christmas. Ho ho whoa! Jack appeared in almost all of Clancy's novels up until the author's death in October 2013. Other authors have continued to expand the Ryan-verse since Clancy's death, though the books pivoted some time ago to focus on Jack Ryan's son, Jack Ryan Jr. I hope this doesn't get confusing. I didn't make up Ryan-verse, incidentally. That's what Clancy files call the Jack Ryan universe. It's an incredibly dangerous universe, by the way, one where China went to war with Russia. An airline pilot once crashed his jumbo jet into a joint session of Congress, wiping out the majority of the US government.
He's coming right at us!
And terrorists literally nuked the Super Bowl. At any rate, Jack's enviable reputation as an all-American overachiever was firmly established in the novels as he spent the decades racking up a resume that would almost certainly make him the most hated man at his high school reunion. But, as with famous Jacks before and since, it seems Jack Ryan was always destined for a parallel life on the big screen, just like Jack Carter, Jack Reacher, and the one with the beanstalk. The motion picture version of Jack Ryan hasn't had quite a storied career as the book version, but since 1990, Jack Ryan has been brought to life in 5 films by 4 actors: Alec Baldwin, Harrison Ford, Ben Affleck, and Chris Pine. After all, with a name like Jack, he wasn't gonna hover in print purgatory forever. Too many Jacks, you say? Well, to be fair, Jack Ryan's real name isn't actually Jack. It's John. John Patrick Ryan. Well, at least you can't say he's not in good company. Still, underneath Jack Ryan's everyman type of name lies a rarer type of action hero. Jack's superpower is in his brain, not his biceps, and it's this kind of depth that gives him the kind of texture that some of these other Jacks lack. Jack Ryan is an analyst, not an assassin, which is something that is stressed regularly.
You're just an analyst.
I am not field personnel. I am only an analyst.
You're not a field man, Jack. You never were. You are an analyst.
Who want you?
No, I'm just an analyst.
No. So I'm an analyst. I don't go on the missions.
Relax, 007.
Of course, that's not to say that he isn't capable of some traditional Hollywood heroism when the situation demands it, like dangling from a helicopter.
Got it? Okay, out you go. All right, passengers out the door.
Or dangling from a different helicopter. Or, surviving a nuclear blast in a helicopter. But the fact that he's not supposed to be doing this sort of thing is what makes Jack a little different to your standard one-dimensional hard case. Watching a desk jockey charge in unarmed to save the infant future King of England from a gun-toting Sean Bean is different from watching a superhero swing into action. Jack may be brave, but he's not bulletproof. Considering Jack Ryan has to be the kind of everyman we can see sitting around shuffling papers in an office environment, but also the kind of guy who'd willingly throw himself into a tough situation if required. The star of both The Office and 13 Hours, John Krasinski, seems like a great pick to bring Jack Ryan back to life on the small screen for the upcoming Amazon streaming series, Jack Ryan. Now it's definitely going to get confusing. Jack Ryan's Jack Ryan is a talented junior analyst at the CIA who, after digging into terrorist money movements, uncovers a dangerous mystery man with an unknown agenda. Jack's discovery drags him into a treacherous field assignment for the first time as he joins the hunt to track down this man before it's too late. Amazon's Jack Ryan isn't based on any particular Tom Clancy novel. The geopolitics of Clancy's 80s and 90s gear really ties those books to that era, making them hard to adapt to the present day, but the character himself still seems true to Clancy's original vision.
I'm an analyst. I don't interrogate people, I write reports.
Get on the fucking plane.
Tom Clancy's Jack Ryan will hit Amazon Prime Video on August 31. Want to know more, Jack? Check out why John Krasinski is the perfect Jack Ryan, and our run-through of the Jack Ryan VR obstacle course from San Diego Comic-Con.